can't be free. Everybody wanna judge, say I'm a thug, I'm a player, I'm a simple, why I can't be me? When I walk up in the store, all the Karens get to staring at me. Put my heart in my music, it's still on my sleeve. Everybody been portrayed.
So fam, what's the word? It's your boy Spiritual Trey, and it is now episode 75 of the Soulful Thoughts vlog. And today we gonna be talking about the real gender roles, building the healthy relationship. The key word is building, right? Because you will never find a healthy relationship. You have to build that healthy relationship, right? So let's talk about it. Obviously, gender roles have become so shallow nowadays, right? Everyone argues about what the role of a man and what the role of a woman should be. It comes down to housely duties most of the time, such as chores or paying the bills and, shit like that. But I want to get to the actual source energies of what gender roles actually should be. Because the logical energy and the feminine energy are what come together to form atmospheres, right? Nowadays, we are struggling to form healthy atmospheres together because of, a variety of reasons. So today I wanted to clear up all the confusion and speak on what are the actual gender roles that we are naturally supposed to have. So let's start off with the logical energy. Now, what is logical expression? When you think logical, you can think positive or outward expression, right? It's using intellect over emotion, planning ahead, or building structure. These are the logical energies, right? Creating a structure, planning ahead. When you vibing in your higher chakras, you are in your masculine energy. When you're vibing in your lower chakras, you are in your feminine energies. You're thinking more internally. You're more in tune with your emotions, with your intuition, with your mood. You're able to nurture better because you have empathy with the feminine energy, right? So the logical energy is what can construct an atmosphere. The feminine energy is what sustains the atmosphere. The logical energy, let me say that again, the logical energy constructs the atmosphere. The feminine energy sustains the environment. And I'm gonna break that down a little more. So let's talk about it. What are the logical roles within a relationship? What should they be, right? What are the focus points that the logical energy should have in a relationship? If y'all see me looking down, it's because I have this paper of notes. Now, I have 7 duties that the logical energy should focus on. 7. Let's break them down. Focus point number 1 in a relationship. The logical energy should construct the atmosphere. Oh yeah, before we dive into it, what is an atmosphere, right? Just in case y'all haven't seen my latest videos, what is an atmosphere? An atmosphere is a pervading tone or mood over a situation, place, or person, right? A pervading tone or mood over a situation or a person or place. And an atmosphere influences the way that people think, feel, and act. So the way that you express yourself, the atmosphere is what influences that. And I just said that outward expression is the logical energy, right? So if the atmosphere influences how you outwardly express yourself, who should be in charge of constructing the atmosphere? The logical energy, right? The logical energy is what specializes in expressing yourself, outwardly, right? In a more logical way. So the man should be the one that constructs the atmosphere. So the 7 focus points that the logical energy should focus on within a relationship in order to build the healthy atmosphere he wants is focus point number 1. Develop a joint purpose. Now, obviously, you can't develop a joint purpose without having your own individual purpose, right? So before you even look for a relationship, especially as a man, you should have your own individual purpose. You should know what you want to do with your life. So that way, you know what kind of woman to look for. Because as a man, you should be looking for a woman that can help sustain the atmosphere that you're trying to create. You feel me? Help enforce the vibes that you want to enforce within your house. You know, you want a woman that actually fits your dreams. So actually have dreams for her to fit, right? You got to actually have a mission for y'all to go on, and you can't have that without your own mission. So boom, that's focus point number one, developing a joint purpose for the relationship. Because what's the main failure of most relationships? Not having any real leg to stand on aside from the desire that connected them to. For example, like if you connected off of lust, obviously lust drains after a period of time, right? We all get old or wrinkly at some point. The sexual attraction would not be the same if that's the only thing that y'all have to lean your head on. You know, what's another reason? Material. If you guys attracted each other with material, it's obvious on why that won't last, right? You guys won't ever be able to last through any hardships for real. If y'all don't have any real connection other than the money, right? So desire-based relationships would never work. You have to have a purpose-based relationship. And as a man, it's up to you to make sure that that is the case. So that's focus point number one, developing joint purpose. What's focus point number two for the logical energy and these gender roles? Focus point number two is help the feminine balance her masculine. And you do that with empathy and patience. You use feminine energy as the logical energy. You must use feminine energy to help the feminine energy balance her masculine. I know that might sound a little confusing, but it's not. All you have to do is use patience and empathy with your lady, and I guarantee you, you will help her balance out her energies. Help her express her emotions in a more logical way. And you know you have to be patient with that because women don't, they don't process emotions the way that we do, right? They need time to really sit and process that emotion before they're ready to express it. Allow her to do that because that's actually the way that we're supposed to deal with emotions. You know, us men, we put our emotions in the background and immediately jump to the logical conclusion most of the time. Women actually have it right when they try to sit with their emotions and actually internalize them before expressing them. The problem is they sometimes sit in their emotions too long, sit in their feelings too long, I would say, to the point where those feelings become negative emotions. And then, depending on the woman, they might not express their emotion at all or express it in passive aggressive ways that can cause conflict. So allow your woman to have time to process her emotions. But if you ever see her acting in passive aggressive ways, instead of matching that toxic energy and making the situation way worse, have patience with her. Understand that that is a feminine attribute. Have patience with her and explain to her how that is not okay. Just lead by example and talk to her like she's another adult. Just don't talk to her like she's a kid and try to force your hand just because you're the man and everything. Talk to your lady like she's an adult too. Have patience with her. And and lead by example. Don't snap off on her when something don't go your way. You feel me? And any real good woman not gonna keep treating a man like shit that's treating her like a gentleman. You feel me? So eventually, that's why I say the man constructs the atmosphere, because the way that you logically expressing yourself, women naturally adapt. So she's gonna adapt to the way that you express yourself eventually. If you have the patience and don't snap at her and everything, you have patience and empathy with her, she's gonna eventually get on your level and you're gonna have a more emotionally intelligent lady at that time. Well, a logically intelligent lady, I should say. So that's focus point number two. Help your feminine balance out her masculine. All right, now focus point number three in a relationship for the logical energy should be assure equal exchange of energy and assign roles. So this is simple too. As a man, you should already have an idea of how you want the household to be ran. And you should have an idea of whether you're willing to help cook and clean, or whether you're, how much you're willing to help with the kids, whether you need her to work and help you with the bills or not. Have all of this figured out. And then assign the roles. If you're going to have her, and make sure it's equal exchange though. If you truly going to have your woman cooking and cleaning all the time and taking care of the kids by herself, paying all the bills is the least you can do. To be honest, you need to You need to do everything in your power to make sure that woman feels appreciated, to be honest. I don't like living that way. Like, listen, right now, I'm the only one working in my relationship, right? I'm the one that's taking care of everything financially. My woman does most of the nurturing with our baby that we just had. We got a 6-month-old. She does most of the nurturing. And we do 50-50 cleaning. Because in my eyes, raising a kid is a job. So in my eyes, we both are working. So if we both are working, we both put in equal exchange that way, why would I make her do all the cleaning? Me working is not more important than her taking care of the child. Those are equal. So we should be putting in equal energy into keeping the house clean. You feel me? That's just how I rock. You feel me? That's how I am as a man. But we all of us as men have our own different views, morals, ethic codes, principles, shit like that. So that's why I say, as a woman, you should be looking for a man whose morals, ethic codes, disciplines, the way he carries himself matches the type of atmosphere that you want to live in. You feel me? So as a woman, that's what you should be looking for. A man who's, like I say, whose morals and principles match the atmosphere you want to live within. Now, hold on, I got off track a little bit. So yeah, as a man, be the man and assign roles to the relationship and make sure that the energy assigned is equal. Because listen, no matter how much the woman might seem like she's going forward with it, a woman can sense when she's in an unbalanced environment. Trust me, they're gonna sense it. And if they can't logically pinpoint why they're feeling some type of way, you're gonna get a lot of passive aggression. And the relationship is going to start to go to shit. You feel me? So it's important that you be fair as the logical leader and make sure everyone is putting in equal work, you know? So that's focus point number 3. Focus point number 4 for the logical energy is to lead by example, empathy, and patience, not force. I kind of already spoke on this, but I'm glad I did put this on there because listen, this can help so many men stop being so picky. Because let's say, okay, so we also have our own, we also have our non-negotiables, right? Things that we want to see from a person before we can get into a relationship with them. And they got to have these things, right? Like for me, you know, my non-negotiables before I met my girl was I wanted somebody spiritual. Like I really didn't want anybody still in religion. I wanted you to be spiritually open-minded. I wanted someone who can ride through hard times, has emotional intelligence, has a nice amount of self-awareness about herself, not holding any energy from the past. You know, just a femininely mature woman. That was my what I was looking for. Anything else I felt like could be learned over time, and I was right. Because listen, when I first got with my girl, it was a few things I wanted from her that just wasn't, in her natural, because it wasn't natural of her. Because we got to remember, guys, females are natural ability is to adapt to the environment that they grew up in, right? So if you meeting a female that's grew up in totally different environments or totally different atmospheres than the one that you're trying to create, it's gonna take some time for her to, mold herself around the atmosphere that you're creating, right? So you have to have patience with her. So back to what I was saying. So when I first got with my girl, I really wanted someone that would get up and do some yoga with me, or, actually get up and be up early in the morning with me, because I like waking up early and shit. I like waking up, getting my day started early and, doing yoga and meditating. I wanted me a shorty that would do yoga and meditate and, and just be into stuff like that with me and have interesting hobbies and shit like that. She had the interesting hobbies, but she wasn't, she wasn't a person that could get up early in the morning. She wasn't no yoga person. She didn't like to meditate that often. Not saying she didn't like to, but she didn't meditate often. And, it was just a few things about her that I wanted that she wasn't doing, right? Instead of, making that a cutoff point, making my standards too high, thinking that I can find the perfect person. For one, I accepted that this may be who she is, for one. And then for two, I put faith into the fact that, you know what? I'm going to construct the atmosphere, and I'm going to believe that my lady is going to adapt to this atmosphere, because the atmosphere that I'm creating is very healthy. And I believed in this woman. I believe she cares about herself enough to adapt to this healthy atmosphere I'm trying to create that'll make her mind a lot stronger. Guess what, y'all? Year and a half into the relationship, she's waking up early, doing yoga, going to bed earlier, doing yoga. She meditates. She exercises with me. That's another thing I wanted. She wasn't a big exerciser. She exercises with me. We go jogging almost every other day. You feel me? So it's like she's adapted to the atmosphere that I've created. Now, when our son gets older, I guarantee you he's gonna have disciplines. He's gonna be waking up doing yoga, meditating, you know, getting it, reading books, jogging, exercising. Imagine how raw of a kid he's gonna be doing that type of shit at his young age, right? That's the atmosphere that me as a man created, and his mom, as the feminine energy, she nurtured it. Because her joining in on it, believe me, ladies, you guys have the power. Happy wife, happy life. You guys control the mood within the household, the energies within the household. So her getting on it is what's truly gonna influence our kids to get on that type of timing. And it's gonna keep me focused if I ever lose focus. But hold on, I'm starting to get into the feminine attributes. Let's stay on the logical for a second. Focus point number 5 for the logical energy in the relationship is to plan ahead. Now, I'm not going to stay too long on this one. We all understand what planning means, whether it's financially or whatever area of the relationship it's in. As the man, you should plan ahead for everything, right? Make sure everyone is prepared for each situation that the family is going to enter. You feel me? At least as much prepared as possible. So that's easy. Plan ahead. That's the focus point number 5. Now, that's focus point number 5. Now, focus point number 6 for the logical energy is self-care. As a man, it's so vital that we not forget about our own mental health, because if you do, you will fall off track with all of your disciplines, your morals, not your morals, maybe that too, but your principles, the things that are the foundation for the atmosphere that you're creating. You can fall off track with those if you're not taking care of your own mental health first. Tapping into your feminine energy. You got to take a break from the logical energy sometimes and tap into your feminine energy, which means meditating, taking some time out to just be and not worry about what the fuck life is presenting at the moment. Getting into nature. Shit like that is very important for a man. Reading books. Just giving yourself that mental break. You feel me? So that way you can have the mental energy to wake up tomorrow and lead the family again. Now, focus point number 7 for the logical energy, last but not least, is to stabilize financial security. That's the gender role that we always talk about, all right? So that doesn't mean that the man necessarily has to be the one paying all the bills and all that shit. But as the man, you are the one that's responsible to make sure that shit gets done. So if your woman helping you, whatever the case may be, or if you're doing it on your own, it's up to you to make sure the money don't get fucked up, right? It's up to you to make sure that money is being saved. If you're not good with saving money, it's up to you to assign that role to your lady to be the one that saves the money. Either way it go, though, you're the overseer of the financial responsibilities, because that's part of the structure of the household. Okay? So, boom. Those are the 7 functions, the 7 focus points of the logical energy and a relationship. Now let's transition to the feminine. You guys only got really 3 things that you have to worry about in a relationship. But those 3 things are literally the most important factors in a relationship. So never underestimate your job, okay? So the 3 focus points of the feminine energy and a relationship is as goes. Focus point number 1, self-care. Because understand, like I say, as the feminine energy, you are the queen of the household. You control the moods and the energy within the environment. So it's very vital, which is why I have this as y'all first focus point. For the guys, it was like 5 or 6. For y'all, it's the first focus point. Y'all have to make sure that y'all mental is in a great space. The man can only do so much. If he's providing a healthy atmosphere for you, it's up to you to make sure that you adapt to that atmosphere and actually follow his lead. If your man is waking up and meditating and doing yoga, it's no reason that you shouldn't be doing that. Don't let your man be more tapped into the feminine energy than you. You know, you should have your hobbies that you get into when the kids are asleep or whatever. You should have your you know, whatever. You should go get your nails done, get your hair did, keep yourself looking nice and fresh. Don't forget that type of shit when you taking care of the household. That's actually your first focus should be you and your mental health. Because if you good mentally, it's gonna trickle down to the rest of the household. The man gonna be good mentally, the kids gonna be good mentally. We all good. Long as the woman good. Happy wife, happy life. So take care of yourself, queen. That's the first focus. Now, what's the second focus point of the feminine energy in a relationship? The second focus point is monitor and nurture the family's mental. After you know, focused on yourself, you know that you good for the day. Make sure everyone else good for the day. Make sure your man not losing focus. Whenever he is losing focus, slap that shit back into him. Whenever he is losing faith, slap that shit back into him. As the feminine energy, it's up to you to make sure that the environment clean. And no, I'm not saying that the woman has to be the one that clean the house all the time. But just like I said, the man don't got to be the one to pay the bills. But as the woman, you are the one that's responsible for the environment. So if you know that today is the day that for your man to clean, he being lazy, that's when it's okay to nag. Get your ass up, nigga. You're not finna dirty up my environment just because your atmosphere is out of whack today. You have to be the ruler of the environment and slap your king into, you know, into shape when he tweaking. So yeah, don't let no man make you think that nagging is unnecessary. It's just don't overdo it type shit. But yeah, sometimes you have to nag a man back into the space that he's supposed to be in. Make sure that your environment is clean, everyone is well fed, and everyone's mind is working properly, on the right track. You feel me? Don't nobody do that better than the feminine energy. Don't no energy do that like the feminine energy. Now, function number 3, and last but not least, for the feminine energy. The feminine energy should also focus on helping the masculine understand emotional intelligence. Ultimately, we come together to better ourselves, right? We come together to help balance each other. So help your man balance himself by understanding emotional intelligence. Because like I was saying earlier in the video, sometimes we put our emotions in the background and jump straight to the logical conclusions with things. And as the feminine energy, you have to know how to come at your man, what type of angles to come at your man to get him out of those toxic ways. You want him to be able to use his intuition sometimes and just let go, let be, not worry about the problems, just live in the now. You want him to be able to, hold on, it's some other shit. I want to make sure I ain't forgetting what I'm saying, y'all. You want to make sure he understands the beauty of going with the flow in life. Having faith and trusting intuition. Having faith that everything gonna work itself out even when it's not looking that way. The feminine energy is the spiritual energy. And that is the 3 focus points of the feminine energy. If we all played these roles the way that we're supposed to play them, the logical and feminine atmospheres will come back together in a healthy way. And we will start building healthy relationships instead of trying to find them. You feel me? It's your boy Spiritual Trey, family. Remember, you are not your mind. You are the spirit that's forming and creating your mind. Understand that the mind has 2 sides to it, the feminine side and the masculine side. No matter which energy your spirit was on to create the body that you have, no matter whether you're man or woman, understand that both of these energies exist within us. And it's on us to balance these energies within ourselves as much as possible before we go, combine our energies with another spirit, okay? The more that you can harmonize your masculine and feminine energies within yourself, the more that you will be able to harmonize masculine and feminine energies in the relationship. It's your boy Spiritual Trey signing out. Love you, family.
On the beat, start preaching. Feel no evil, see no evil, but peep it. I don't aim for the stars, I want leeches. And the snake spawn, I'ma kill the whole species. Rest in peace to all the peaceful preaching. The youngest wildin', but they say they evil, that's kinda reaching. Who really controlling the way you thinking? Find the truth.